case you didn't know, I have a podcast with Nick, Lacey, and Amy, and it's called 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast.
What's it about?
Taylor Swift
Oh.
and all of her music. We drop new episodes every week. We basically pick an album of Taylor's and then go. Each episode is about a different song.
So pick it apart.
Exactly. So it's a lot of fun. And it's been really cool because we've been able to connect with other Swifties just across the world and across the country because of our shared love for Taylor Swift. And so recently, there was this big personality who we found out was a Swiftie.
This shocked me because when I saw Anna was going to talk to this person, I asked, why am I not talking to him?
Yeah, it's we've been calling it the collab that you never saw coming.
Yeah.
Because this week on our podcast, 13 a Taylor Swift fan podcast, we talked to Dave Portnoy.
From Barstool Sports.
He is the founder of Barstool Sports. He's known for his very viral pizza reviews that he does.
Daily pizza reviews.
He also has a podcast called BFFs that he does with Josh Richards and Brianna Chicken Fry. They're two younger
Pops
TikTokers.
up all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, pops up all the time.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. He's a millionaire, right? And he's also a huge Swiftie.
No idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No idea.
he's a huge Swiftie, and he just went to Taylor Swift's Eras tour this past weekend. He was posting all about it on social media.
I
and
think
so,
he picked going to that instead of like the Celtics game.
he got sick and didn't make it to the Celtics game. But anyway, so on Friday, I slid into his DMs, and I was like, hey, do you want to come on our Taylor Swift podcast to talk about your time at tour? And he said, absolutely. We got to talk to him on the podcast, which is a new episode that drops today. But I thought for the midweek, I would share some clips for you guys.
Thank you.
So, of course, we had to start by asking how Dave Portnoy even became a Swiftie to begin with.
Yeah, so it's interesting because obviously everybody always knows. So I'm 46, so everyone always is aware of her music, whether you like her probably or don't, because it's so overwhelmingly popular. Weirdly, what started turning me much more into a Taylor Swift fan was the ongoing feud with Kanye. So it's not maybe a traditional way in which somebody becomes a Taylor fan, but like I paid attention to it from all the way when he grabbed the mic at the award show to all the way through. And every time, unbiased, I would kind of react to it and be like, she's really getting the bad end of the stick here. Like he's being a total jerk. And for a while, public opinion, a long time, kind of was against her in a lot of like these instances. Like when they stole the mic, people were still defending Kanye. And then really the Kanye Kim like voice recording that they edited, and that drove me just bananas. Not only on a music level, just that somebody could do that to another human level. So it kind of pushed me to like start listening to Taylor a lot more, and I became a much bigger fan because of that. So that's really when I turned it up.
Dave Portnoy not only came on the 13 podcast, he also wore a T-shirt that says, all you're ever going to be is mean and a liar and pathetic. You're going to get into that?
Yes, we will get into that. That's part of it.
Because he's going off on some people.
Yeah. So we know that Dave Portnoy is huge in the world of sports. And so we asked him, how did being in a stadium full of Swifties compare to being in a stadium for like a giant sporting event?
Yeah, I get they're totally different. That's probably the loudest stadium I've ever been in. And I've been, like you said, I've been to every sporting event there is, but that I would definitely say was the loudest, which I guess I knew it was going to be. Even the openers were like super loud. Even the stadium was kind of half full, and it was shockingly loud right off the bat. And I will say while Taylor, we all are huge fans and love her music and writing, to have a show be that electric, you need the fans to be that electric. Like you can't do a stadium show and have it work like hers if the crowd isn't on top of every single song. There was no letdown. I mean, it's just electric because it really, it's so hard for a performer to do a stadium show and really make it feel like intimate, like something special, which hers clearly did. And it was, the crowd is a huge part of it.
I know. I love getting his perspective on that. And then I know you're probably wondering, like we were, what is Dave Portnoy's favorite Taylor Swift song?
My favorite song live was Enchanted. I loved it. I loved it. There was something about it. It felt almost acoustical. There wasn't a lot going on. What she was wearing, I loved it live. It was already on my list, but it went way up. I love Betty. I love Betty live. I love Betty not live. I love Betty. So that's one of my favorites.
Enchanted?
It was great on tour.
I'm not saying it's not a great song, but that's not what I thought Dave Portnoy would be listening to.
Yeah.
I know. It's not what you think Dave Portnoy is.
No. It's such a sweet song, and Dave is so aggressive.
Yeah.
I know. I love it. I love that he loves it.
I want to see him holding a 24-ounce beer mug while he's talking to you. I mean, or something. It's not.
I want to go to a Taylor Swift show with Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
So, like you were saying, when we talked to him, he was wearing this T-shirt.
Yeah.
It was actually the same one that he wore to the tour, and it basically has a list of Taylor Swift's enemies. And he also mentioned getting a call from one of her enemies.
I had this made. If you're ever going to be mean and a liar and pathetic, all you're ever going to be, obviously. And then I have the names Scooter Braun, Kanye, Kim Kardashian, all our Texas ex-boyfriends. I've actually talked to Scooter Braun on the phone.
Really?
This was prior to the record label thing.
And I cut that off specifically because if you want to hear that story, you got to go listen to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast to hear the phone call between Dave Portnoy and Scooter Braun.
So Dave Portnoy and Scooter Braun on a phone call regarding buying her, purchasing her.
Not exactly about that, but it kind of, you'll hear
how
the
he
story.
felt about Scooter Braun.
You'll hear the story. What?
How he felt about Scooter Braun.
Yeah, you'll get to hear the story.
Clearly, he put on that T-shirt.
I love that song "Mean" by Taylor Swift because that's what he's referencing to, right?
Yeah. So it was really, really, it was cool to talk to him.
Great job, yeah.
I had no idea.
You just slid into the DMs.
I slid into the DMs, yeah.
Had no idea he was a Swiftie.
He's a huge Swiftie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was also wearing all the friendship bracelets that he got at the tour because that's a big thing.
Yes.
He was wearing them during our podcast and he told us about each one that he got. It was really fun. He was super, super cool.
Wow.
I was watching the news.
Surprising.
I guess the same show that he was probably at. Aaron Rodgers was at.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is also a Swiftie, by the way.
Huge Swiftie.
Bradley Cooper was there.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd.
So interesting to see all these dudes finally, being proud.
Taylor Swift
being out
music
there.
is for everybody.
Taylor Swift is for the people.